Coming up on Mountain News at 6, emergency management officials discuss items folks need to have handy with a major winter storm on the way. And lawmakers in Frankfort continue to file bills, including a couple designed to protect what they call reproductive health care in Kentucky.
And we have one more decent day, which is tomorrow, albeit cooler, but the big change is coming Saturday. Details coming up right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A major winter storm is heading our way. Millions of Americans will see snow and ice this weekend, and Kentucky is right in the middle of the storm's path. First Alert meteorologist Eric Dean is helping us prepare.
That's right, Steve. Now, one big change from earlier is now the majority of the Commonwealth is now under a winter storm warning. This goes into effect Saturday morning and goes until Monday morning at 7 a.m. for the majority of the WYMT viewing area. And you can see how much real estate this is taking. It's going into Illinois. If you look at down here towards Tennessee, that is an ice storm warning that is in effect. Now, here's the thinking in terms of snowfall, up to 12 inches near Louisa. More head over towards Irvin, from Monticello to London, over towards Jackson and Prestonsburg, 6 to 8 inches. Now, here's the downside to this forecast. Notice how the snowfall totals get less and less the farther south you go. The problem is you're going to start getting that ice. So 1/10 of an inch of ice near Jackson, 1/4 of an inch of ice near Hazard, 1/2 an inch of ice or more near the Middlesboro as well as Jacksboro area. Now the question is, where is this low going to situate and how much warm air loft is in the atmosphere? A few things that need to be seen still. Right now, all is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar. Temperatures right now in the 30s and low 40s. If you have plans tonight, definitely get out and enjoy it, and enjoy tomorrow, even though it's going to be cooler, because the big change is coming Saturday. We'll time everything out in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Thank you. With winter weather comes a flurry of worries, but emergency management officials say preparation could save lives. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about how to stay safe during a snow and ice storm.
With a cold and cumulative winter forecast on the radar, emergency management officials say staying stocked and secure is the best way to sit out the potential storm.
These are things that you can do today, even though you've got power and you've got heat and everything's working fine. This is when you want to try to prepare for if the worst case scenario happens.
Though the exact hits could vary for communities, Pike County Emergency Management Director Nee Jackson says as a precaution, all homes should be equipped with emergency essentials, including medications, non-perishable foods, alternative power sources, water, blankets, and more.
When this snowfall starts, try to make sure that you are prepared and you have everything that you need, so you don't have to get out and be on the roadways.
He also recommended checking the batteries in all smoke and carbon monoxide detectors and making sure all heaters are properly working, well ventilated, and clear of potential fire hazards.
Because heat radiates, and you don't want to put those heaters close, because 3 feet, it can get really warm in a hurry.
Officials say you should also make sure the gas tanks on your vehicles are full and they are parked away from any limbs or power lines, adding that they can be used as emergency heat in case of a power outage.
God forbid if somebody did lose power, you know, the melting factor is we're not going to get enough heat. We're not going to get the temperatures enough to do any melting, because we're going to be below freezing.
In the event of an outage, designating a warm room in your home could also keep things comfortable.
By closing doors, maybe putting blankets under doors to try to keep the heat in as much as possible.
Aside from being prepared, Jackson says it is important to be patient, as snow and ice come with frustrations for not only those inside, but everyone working to battle the winter weather.
Honestly, try to stay off the roadways. Road crews are going to have their work cut out for them as it is.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Jackson says he also encourages Pike County residents to sign up for the county's HyperReach emergency alert system to get alerts from his office. You can call 606-262-5602 or text the word alert to that number to sign up. Many Kentuckians are already preparing for this weekend's winter storm by stocking up on groceries. Shoppers were filling up their carts at one Lexington Walmart this afternoon, making sure they had the essentials like bread, milk, produce, and more. But it's not just large chains seeing an impact from the storm. Even smaller grocery stores are seeing heavy foot traffic.
Anytime we know there's inclement weather on the way, it is busy in here, but we're prepared. We are making sure we're constantly stocking so the shelves are full.
Some grocery stores, including the Kroger's in Lexington, say they plan to stay open during the storm, but keeping their employees safe is a priority. One person is dead after a crash in Harlan County. The one-vehicle crash happened this morning. State police say it was a little after 9 a.m. on Kentucky 215 at the junction of Pounding Mill Road. Officials with the coroner's office say 73-year-old Gloria Hoskins of Everts died from injuries sustained in the crash. In Letcher County, a deputy jailer was arrested after he was accused of promoting contraband. Austin Mullins was arrested yesterday. According to an arrest citation, Whitesburg police say Mullins' license was suspended for a previous DUI. Police say they reviewed video footage and jail phone recordings of Mullins promoting contraband in the form of nicotine pouches and conspiring with others on the phone to bring them into the jail. The man accused of kidnapping a Kentucky teenager is now facing federal charges. The new charges against 37-year-old Christian Delgado were filed earlier this month. Investigators say Delgado met a 13-year-old online and drove from Florida to Rockcastle County to pick her up last October. Delgado and the girl were found in Maryland just after Christmas, and he was arrested. He's now facing a kidnapping charge in Kentucky and a federal charge for traveling across state lines for illicit sexual conduct. Delgado is still being held in the Rockcastle County Jail. An Eastern Kentucky man was sentenced to 3 years in prison after police say he stole a truck from a funeral home in Martin County. According to an indictment, Marcus Thompson took a Ford F-250 from the Callahan Funeral Home in Inez. The incident occurred back in 2023. Thompson pleaded guilty in the case back in August. To Frankfort now, Kentucky lawmakers and birth control advocates are introducing two bills that they say will protect reproductive health care across the Commonwealth. Representative Lindsey Burke of Lexington joined Planned Parenthood Alliance Advocates of Kentucky and the state's ACLU chapter to announce House Bills 22 and 23. House Bill 22 would restore access to abortion in the Commonwealth by repealing all existing abortion laws. The other one, known as the SHIELD bill, would formalize legal protections for those who travel out of state to obtain care.
The SHIELD bill has become even more relevant, and that's protecting providers, doctors, OBGYNs, nurse practitioners, and then the public. So it is essentially a hard stop and a stop sign to prevent us from going further in the wrong direction.
Both bills have been referred to the State House Judiciary Committee. A Senate committee has passed a bill clarifying how teachers and students can communicate. The proposal adjusts a law signed last year by the governor. That original bill, Senate Bill 181, required school staff to use only school-approved apps and emails when communicating with students. The goal was to prevent any attempt of grooming or inappropriate relations between students and staff. Senate Bill 181 passed the Senate Education Committee this morning by a 12-0 vote and now moves on to the full Senate.
All right, live pinpoint Doppler radar is quiet now, but that changes this weekend. Details coming up.